You have earned the Chronic's Rabbit Hole, and Narvik, thank you so much for your YouTube membership request. You are bringing Helloween back down the rabbit hole, and we're super excited today because the song that you are bringing to us is Cry for Freedom. I'm really excited to get into this one.
Me too. What did you want to say? That's it? You're going to say your line. Well, this is perfect Halloween because we're getting very close to Halloween, and it's been a little bit since they come down the rabbit hole. We're doing the Spotify, but from your request, we have the lyrics up because the lyrics while listening is important because the singer has a little heavy accent here. So that's going to sound great. This is from 1985. Their debut sounded different from their usual sound nowadays. So can't wait to jump back into time with this Cry for Freedom.
Cry for Freedom.
Checking what the album was called. It was called The Walls of Jericho.
Ooh.
And what's really funny, Y2J, Chris Jericho, is a wrestler.
Yeah.
And his finisher was called Walls of Jericho.
Very cool.
So a lot of people that weren't biblically known knew Walls of Jericho through that.
For the wrestler.
And I remember after reading the Bible for the first time, I was like, the Walls of Jericho, it makes sense now.
It all makes sense.
Because then you see Walls of Jericho everywhere, so it's cool to know that Helloween have an album called The Walls of Jericho. So very excited for the Cry for Freedom, knowing what goes on in that story. So you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
I like the picking.
Some acoustic right off the bat. It's what we're about. Oh, this is going to be progressive. You just know it, eh?
Oh, yeah, you can tell the build-up that's coming.
Anytime you start with picking. Nice transition. Smooth bass, eh?
Very smooth.
Tempo shift. Oh!
Great fills.
What a build up! An intro. Yeah, you hear it. Nice, that was smooth. Very true.
Yep.
All the slaves revolting, you know?
Yep.
I'm sorry, this is incredible. Honestly, the guitar working on this is so progressive and all that. I knew this would just go by. We didn't even never have to pause it to let you know how we feel. But I think it's just really cool to be back to Helloween. Their older stuff is like totally what metal is all about. I can see why they're just like juggernauts. too. But then what's really cool is the line that they said here in the lyrics, where it's like, might as well take the stuff, they're dead, right?
Yeah.
There's a thing on Disney Plus, I'm pretty sure it was, where there's a new zombies thing where they find a dead Iron Man and they're like just gonna leave him, but then the one guy's like, why aren't we taking his suit? Like,
Yeah.
he's not gonna use it. He's like, okay, like who's gonna try to use the suit? Then they use the suit, but like you might as well, right?
Right? It's like, what are you going to take it to the
Take
underworld
the
with
spoils.
you? You can't.
Yeah.
So it's really crazy because that's like a common thing that goes through all of history. But then like the Egyptians really did try to take all of their riches with them to the underworld,
They sure did.
right? So it's at least biblically. So it's really cool to get into this, especially knowing some of like the stories from the past.
Hmm.
Oh, I wanted to say quickly
Yeah, there you
before I
go.
lose it because I've been wanting to say it and I just didn't pause it. But the drums in that part with the build up
Yeah.
felt like they were off tempo from what the guitar was doing, and it felt like
Yeah.
there were two different tempos that were going on, which
Totally.
really built that like
Unease.
unease in the song with, and it had a long build up. I didn't realize we were almost halfway through the song, like already 3 minutes into it.
Exactly.
So like really progressive, very long build up. I loved it.
Yeah, let's keep them rolling then. Yeah, your God dies off with you as well. Oh! Sick! Oh. Their guitars are great.
Fantastic guitars.
Yeah. Damn! Oh my god, what?
Wow. That
Okay.
went longer than expected.
Oh, that went way longer than expected in the best way possible,
It
right?
really did. Because right when I thought the chorus was about to come in, they did another shift and then another shift, and then you thought it was going to come in again, and they did another shift.
That's
You're
what
like,
makes them Helloween.
what
They're
makes
firing
them
on all
Helloween.
cylinders, all of them. This is what metal music really is. Like,
mm-hmm.
when I started loving metal music, I wish Helloween came into my life right off the bat, because they fall into like a Metallica type of echelon, in my opinion, of
Yeah,
how
I'd
good they are
agree.
and what they sound like. So let's keep this rolling because we love guitar solos. You might have thought he said Lord there if you didn't know.
Yeah.
Send us off, forever to be free. It's pretty interesting when you think of that.
Free of their burdens.
Yeah, how many dead gods are there? You got to think when you take people from a place like, say, Jericho, and you take them down, you get through their walls, and some people survive that you turn into slaves. Their old gods are dead now. They now worship your gods in the old ways. And how many of that times have happened? And it's pretty interesting because I think it's cool because Narvik let us know, like, hey, kind of focus on the lyrics a bit here. There's a bit more deeper than you thought. And like,
Yeah.
I think it's the load that these gods that give you these morals and ethics, that's the kind of load that a lot of times metal is trying to help you with.
Absolutely.
And maybe not eviscerate everything about it because there's some good things common about all these themes that people used to like, these gods that people worship. That's why we accumulated all their knowledge into one, and the kings of kings, the lords of lords, and all that eventually,
Yeah.
right? But it's just really cool that that gets mixed into the metal, that if you're only taking metal for just what you're hearing, it's awesome. Like
It's awesome.
It's phenomenal. Like,
It's
obviously
progressive. It's so much fun. It's bringing you to all these different places. You get to hear like these crazy guitar riffs and things that you never expect.
oh my god, right?
But when you get into the lyrics of what's going on,
Yeah, it can help like open it up, and I think it helps when you know some pop culture yourself, and even to know what happened with like Jericho itself and all that. It really does help.
so what fully happened with Jericho as well, just to as a refresher.
And to be fair, just so we can get back to the song name itself, that's the album name. It's a cry for freedom, but which is not necessarily exactly what happens in Jericho itself. I kind of blend them in, but Jericho is when they go outside of the walls, which is Jericho as a city has legendary walls, and then they do music around it, and then they break the walls through their vibrations.
Oh,
Then they
right.
take them out and move on and get rid of
They
their old
they
stuff.
took
Right?
out the walls by using vibrations of the music to
Yeah,
make the walls.
but then the cry for freedom is how the
Yeah.
people underneath, eventually you got to know there's a lot more of you, and if you take them out, you can take their stuff, because at the end of the day, who else is going to take it
Yeah,
than you?
because you can't take it to the grave. And like, what's really cool. So for those of you who grew up with VeggieTales, that was the Gideon story. So
Right.
I had to like correspond Walls of Jericho and VeggieTales. How did this one connect? So that's Gideon. But like it's so cool because when I was listening to the song and it's the cry for freedom, it really made me think a lot more of like just the more of like the Moses, the slaves crying for freedom from Egypt and wanting to
Of
like,
course, that's what
right?
cry of
So
freedom
like
was
cry
about.
of freedom was
Yes.
definitely about like just being like, no, like we're getting out of here. We're not going to be listening to these old ways, to your rules anymore. And like the cry for freedom is they called it, there was a lyric in there and they called it the eternal cry. So it's always going to be a cry. You can't beat it.
Of course,
Right.
yeah.
So no matter. So like that really gets me thinking because we've had
We're
growing
slave
up,
to burden of something.
you're a slave or a burden to something, be it yourself or your job or your family or your friends or like whatever it is. Or there's always going to be like you're helping in some way or you're working in another way.
I'm gonna pause for a second, y'all, because the cat's scratching and it's confusing my honeys.
It is. So something that my I believe it was my dad or my grandfather, but one of them had said this to me, and I remember it. It was no matter what's happening in the world, there's always going to be someone who wants more. There's always going to be winners or losers. And someone's on top, someone's not really getting through, and so the person who's constantly fighting and fighting and fighting to win that trophy or to get to that next stage, they're always going to be fighting or crying for freedom or crying for like the underdog is always going to be
Of
crying
course,
for that.
an uprising
And
is
the
always going to
uprising
be
is
one.
always going to be coming. So
Yep.
that's kind of what that lyric made me think of, and like going into this
Right.
song, being like, no, like we're done being stepped on. We want to come to the top again. But then once somebody comes to the top, it's a revolving wall, and then someone else will come to the bottom.
Well, if you ever want to beat that and you want to have your own uprising, listen to this song with that incredible guitar solo back to back to back.
Kidding, back to back.
That is like awesome. I'm so excited that we did get back to Helloween. We definitely want more. If you guys want more on the channel, let us know by hitting the like button. Comment down below which way we should move forward with our Helloween suggestions. And if you are not a Chronican yet, hit that subscribe button on your way out. If you want to go the extra mile like Narvik did here, thank you so much again, Narvik. We have membership options on YouTube and even on Patreon where we have free trials where you can get some early access, blog content, poll voting, or your own requests just like this. We are now exiting the rabbit hole, folks.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us. And Narvik, thank you so much for your request. I absolutely love this song because it really is an anthem for freedom. And like, that's like truly what it is. So like, I can't wait to see what else you have coming down the rabbit hole. And peace and love, everyone.
God bless y'all.
Take care and bye for now.